Yes, demands for equality and justice gradually by the second half of the 19th century, people from within the non Brahman castes began organizing movements against caste and demanded social equality and justice. The Sathrami movement in central India was founded by Ghasidas, who worked among the leather workers and organized a movement to improve their social status. In eastern Bengal, Haridas Thakur's Matuz seat worked among Chandala cultivators. Haridas questioned Brahmanical text that supported the caste system. Next, in what is present day Kerala, a Guru from Ahizwa caste, Sri Narayan Guru, proclaimed that ideal of unity for his people. Next, he argued against treating people unequally on the basis of caste differences. According to him, all humankind belonged to the same caste. One of his famous statements was Oru Jati, Oru Matam, Oru Divine, one caste, one religion, on God for humankind. All these sects were founded by leaders who came from non Brahman castes and worked amongst them. Next, they tried to change those habits and practice which provoked the contempt of dominant castes. Next, they tried to create a sense of self esteem among the subordinate castes. Next, one of the most vocal amongst the low caste leaders was Jyotirao Phule. Born in 1827, he studied in schools set up by Christians missionaries. On growing up, he developed his own ideas about the injustice of caste society. Next, he set out to attack the Brahmins, claims that they were superior to others since they were Aryans. Phule argued that the Aryans were foreigners who came from outside the subcontinent and defeated and subjected the true children of the country, those who had lived her from before the coming of the Aryans. Next, as the Aryans established their dominance, they began looking at the defeated population as inferior as low caste people. According to Phule, the upper castes had no right to their land and power. In reality, the land belonged to indigenous people, the so called low caste. Next, Phule claimed that before Aryan rule there existed a golden age when warrior peasants tilled the land and ruled the Maratha countryside. It just and fair was. He proposed that Sudras, laboring caste and Ati Sudra, untouchable, should unite to challenge caste discriminations. The Samaj and Association Phule founded propagated caste equality. Next, me here and you over there. Phule was also critical of their anti colonial nationalism that was purchased by upper caste leaders, he wrote. The Brahman have hidden the sword of their religion, which has cut the throat of the people's prosperity, and now go about posing as great patriots of their country. They give these advice to Kar, Shudra, Muslim, and Parsi youth that unless we passed away amongst ourselves about the divisions between high and low in our countries and come together, our country will never make any progress. It will be unity to serve their purpose, and then it will be me here and you over there again. Next, in 1873, Phule wrote a book named Gulamgiri, meaning slavery. Some 10 years before this, the American Civil War had been fought, leading to the end of slavery in America. Phule dedicated his book to all those Americans who had fought to free slaves, thus establishing a link between the conditions of the lower caste in India and the black slaves in America. Next, as this example shows, Phule extended his criticism of the caste system to argue against all forms of equality. He was concerned about the plight of upper caste women, the miseries of the laborer, and the humiliation of the low castes. Next, this movement for caste reform was continued in the 20th century by other great Dalit leaders like Dr. B.R. Ambedkar in Western India and E.V. Ramasamy Naikar in the South. Next, we are also human beings. In 1927, Ambedkar said, "We now want to go to the tank only to prove that, like others, we are also human beings. Hindu society should be recognized on two main principles: equality and absence of customize." Next, Ambedkar was born into a Mahar family. As a child, he experienced what caste prejudice meant in everyday life. Next, in school, he was forced to sit outside the classroom on the ground and was not allowed to drink water from taps and that upper caste children used. After finishing school, he got a fellowship to go to the US for higher studies. On his return to India in 1919, he wrote extensively about upper caste power in contemporary society. Next, in 1927, Ambedkar started a temple entry movement in which his Mahar caste followers participated. Brahman priests were when the Dalit used water from the temple tank. Next, Ambedkar led three such movements for temple enter between 1927 and 1935. His aim was to make everyone see the power of caste prejudice within society. Stop.